So we are here to do a how-to video for everybody. Before you even start with the board, I'm actually going to turn y'all down just a little bit here. Boop. Okay. So, like I was saying, before you start with the board, you have to think about your intentions. What kind of spirits do you want to attract? What are you looking to do with your session? So obviously for the majority of you, you're going to want to stick with normal human spirits or positive spirits, and that's what you want to keep in mind. You don't want to just go in expecting that you're going to get scared. You don't want to go in expecting that like a demon is going to show up and you're going to get scratched, because if you do, that's the kind of vibes you put out, and then that is what you are going to get back. And for those of you who are kind of worried and you want a way to keep yourself safe, a good extra way to keep yourself safe is by making a circle of candles, or some people use salt. They use different things. So we just did a little, these are just regular little tea light candles. You know, you get like 50 of them, and I spent less than $3. And you can just set it up around you. I think I have like 6 or 7 of them. Whoop. Try not to burn myself. Don't burn yourself. So this is the last one, and I'm just going to set it over here to the side somewhere where I don't like burn down everything and whatnot. So there's that. So we have our circle up, and that kind of like sets a barrier. That sets up your expectations of like how far or how close spirits can come. Basically it's just kind of like it kind of boosts your protection in a way, I guess. There's a lot of magical mumbo jumbo to it, and I'm not that verbose and articulate, so it's a magic
circle. Nighttime. It's nighttime too, so we use up all of our vocabulary during the day, and our, intelligence goes to 0.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So there's that. So that's our magic circle. We are going in with good intentions. We only want positive spirits to come in and interact with us for this session. I'm sure several of our guides will probably show up, just to kind of help us show you different things and different ways to react. Don't you bro me. They laugh at us a lot.
So
did I hear Ben?
Probably.
Probably.
You do not want to put the planchette on the board.
Right.
Before it is time
to actually start. Because you do not want to take your fingers off ever. Okay? There are exceptions, and we will show you how to do that. So we're ready to start. We have our circle up. We have we brought some fruit to share with them in case they want like some. Something about a spot. I'm not sure what about a spot. But, okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. My Ouija board likes it this way. And you can use one hand or 2 hands, whatever you're comfortable with. And you just go in 3 circles.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. And then usually they'll move to yes or high, or usually the T, it'll move something. So.
And normally we wait between 2 to 3 minutes before even asking again. Never take your fingers off at all during this process. And if for whatever reason
I heard my name.
If for whatever reason it goes to goodbye before you guys even start, that means somebody doesn't want to speak with you, or there's no spirits there that are willing to speak.
Right. So it moved to yes. So usually the first thing you want to do is introduce yourself. He's laughing because he's like, are you really going to introduce? Hi, my name's Emmy.
And I'm Amber.
He's laughing. Who is this? Where are we going? Okay.
Z. O. Z. O.
It's good to see you for several reasons. Actually, though, now that you've introduced yourself, you can start asking your questions. And it's just like meeting a stranger on the street. You don't want to just jump into like, how'd you die? And tell me all your deepest, darkest secrets. Instead, we kind of like start things off kind of light. We'll ask like favorite numbers. 6. Favorite colors.
B L A C K.
Yeah.
Black.
Favorite animals. I think we did one time.
A.
Don't put that down. Okay. He's laughing again. Shoot. Okay, so did you say a wolf? Okay, so his favorite is a wolf. Yes, okay. Okay, so, you know, and you just kind of like want to chit chat back and forth. And another thing you can do is ask them if they have any questions for you, or if they have anything that they specifically want to talk about. Do you? Okay.
Y-O-U-A-R-E L-O-V-E-L-Y.
That was awful sweet, sir.
He's buttering you up for something.
I know, he's probably going to get me later. He's like, just wait. Wait till we get to the good parts.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, we're having a conversation. So, whenever you're speaking, actually, if you have to get up for any reason, or if you're stretching to reach something and like you're just not going to be able to, and you have to take your hands off, there is a very specific way to do that. And that is, you have to ask them if it's okay. Because all of your energy right now, like as soon as you're touching the planchette, like your energy is going into there, and it's actually what they use to kind of help move the planchette around. And so to just kind of like move away from that suddenly, it's kind of jarring to them. And so, like, let's say I have to take the bottle caps off actually for our next challenge, so I'll go ahead and do that now. Our next video, not really a challenge, but it is a challenge. Anyway, so I have to take the bottle caps off. Hi, I'm Emmy. So, good sir. And I don't usually, well, I do actually with him. But if it's a normal spirit, I'll be like, can I please take my fingers off just for a minute or two so that I can get these off? Okay, so that was a hard yes, which means he is totally okay with that. So now I can go ahead and lift my hand off and do what I need to do.
If they say no, which some of them will, just to be spiteful, do not take your fingers off and just keep repeatedly asking.
Right. Yeah, leave your hand on there and just keep asking them and be like, I really need to do this. So now that I have that done, my hand just goes right back on, no big deal, and then you can continue on as necessary with your conversation. So I just have to ask, though, which one of you asked for the strawberries?
N-A-N-A.
Really? Well, I'm definitely glad I bought them then. Because, yeah, I like sharing. And, we're friends. We're getting there. We're still getting to that point with you know, some of them. But I feel like it's, yeah, okay. We're just going to fast forward through this part. Anyway.
I'm not fast forwarding any of this. I'm just gonna be like, alright, this is raw fucking footage. Lays dick out on table.
This is what really happens in the middle of our sessions, because, and this is real, like, not everybody is always nice with you, and so it is hard to get along with some of these other beings. So Mama picked out the strawberries. He's laughing. Cool. I'm glad to share with you. Actually, I really am. And I'm glad that y'all are here. Is there anything that you feel we are missing with this how-to so far? No. Okay.
Okay.
Is there any input that you have as far as like what you think people should know? No?
Okay.
Cool. So we're doing a pretty good job.
So, I guess we need to, verbally say this again. And I know we will keep saying this over and over again. But do not speak with demons.
Yeah, don't. Man. Just don't. Monsters? Oh, what was that? Okay, you don't have to repeat it. That's fine. Yeah, and if they don't want to repeat something or if they can't answer something, we say that's okay. Obviously, it's okay. We don't want to, like, bully them or, like, tick them off or make them angry. Or, because they're just going to leave. So we actually have a system where if they can't answer something, like if we ask a question that, like, humans just aren't supposed to know, like, is there really a heaven or whatever, if they can't, then we tell them this. We say, you can go to C for can't. And if it's something that they just don't want to answer, like how they died or when they died or whatever, anything personal like that, they can go to W for won't. So it's always good to keep that option open because you have to remember they're not here to put a show on for you. They're here to actually just talk to you and like get to know you and really have a good conversation.
Which brings me not a M O N S T E R.
Okay, they are not a monster.
They're not monsters. No. But it brings me to my next point that we were probably needing to make earlier is...
I'm getting patted on the head.
Good job.
Oh my gosh. No, not a good job. No, we're doing a bad job. Or maybe that's not why you're petting me, is it? Right, okay.
Brings me to my next point.
Yeah.
They do not like it when you ask them to knock on walls or make a sound or move something, make a candle blow out, whatever.
Right.
They don't like that. For obvious reasons. They're not pets.
No.
They don't do tricks.
No, we're the pets. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's so awesome when you can hear them laughing and stuff. It's just hilarious. Okay. What were we even saying now?
We were talking about how you shouldn't ask them to do things. Like,
right. I'm sorry. This is me at the end of... Well, this could be any time of the day. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, see, they're laughing again. They know. So, basically... It would be kind of like them coming up to you and being like, well, can you take this glass and fill it with water? Can you take this book and like push it off the table for me? I need to know that you're real.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really, I want to use the word dehumanizing. I realize they're spirits and ghosts, but it is. It's so disrespectful.
Yes. Hard yes.
Yeah, that was a very hard yes. So, in the case that you do get a malevolent spirit, or a demon, or someone, just any spirit that makes you feel uncomfortable, what you want to do is you want to tell them that you do not want them there. You want to be very, very clear. You, want to tell them that they are not welcome. You want to tell them that you are going to close out the session, and that it's time to say goodbye because you're not dealing with that crap. So when you do that, you tell them goodbye but you don't want to be the one to slide it to goodbye. They have to be the ones to slide it to goodbye. In order to end the session properly, they have to move the planchette with you to goodbye. If you do just slide it off the board past goodbye and they didn't agree to it, you're basically hanging up on them and they're still there. And now they're still there and they're really, really angry at you for being a rude little bitch. So, you know, I mean, and then so basically think of it this way. You just want them to go away and you just gave them a really good reason to stay and antagonize you even further. So always, 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 even if it's a nice spirit, just always make sure that they are with you when you go to goodbye. Is there anything else do you feel that we need to share before we go to goodbye and show them how to close out? So doing this stuff though is very, very serious. You don't want to make anybody angry. You don't want to disrespect anybody. You want to have a nice conversation and you want to be as polite and respectful as possible at all times, no matter who it is you're talking to. Especially if it's, you know, a malevolent spirit. Especially if it's a malevolent spirit. Because that is really your defense here, is that, you know, if you're polite and respectful, then they're not going to have a reason to go after you, pretty much. So who is going to take over to say goodbye to us? That popped into my head. Yay!
Okay.
So Nick is actually like one of my spirit guides. He's been with me the longest. And there we go.
Oh, we're
He's
just
like,
gonna go to goodbye.
yeah, he's like, I'm just here to say goodbye.
And that is how you do it. You let them do it. It's okay to ask if it, you know, you want to go to goodbye. You know, it would be, can we please say goodbye? And, you know, they normally just go towards goodbye at that point, but there's, you know, always a chance that they could do yes or no. If it's no, just ask why. Ask them, you know, politely, why.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know it's like been a wild ride, but that's just us, because we're wild, feral animals.
Yes. Did you hear that whisper? They're like, yes. Okay, so once you have the planchette off, you want to always make sure that it does not go back on top of the board ever. Otherwise, you have to open up a session again and say goodbye again. Like, oh my god, that reminds me of this funny story, real quick. So, I was doing stock footage for someone on Reddit with the board, and so I literally had to keep, like, swirling it and setting it where I wanted it, and then taking a picture, and, Mr. Z over here was around, and he was getting really freaking annoyed by, like, the 10th picture that I took, so I was like, okay, I think we're done.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, yeah, but no, he was exceedingly patient, all things considered. So I'm very appreciative of that. But yeah, so we've closed out, the planchette is off, and the last thing that you always want to do, you know, once you have everything done, then you can go around and blow out your candles or pick up your circle or do whatever. Because once the session is ended, it basically, you know, closes that door or ends the session, however you want to picture it in your mind to understand it. And so it's basically over. As far as things following you from different locations that you're at or different sessions that you have, we've had that happen a couple times, but nothing bad has ever come of that. There was one guy from a hotel who's like River, and he followed Amber. And then there was someone actually from where we work followed me home one night, and I had a couple sessions with him. He's also very polite, actually, is what I was going to say. He's also very polite. I'm like, wait. So, would you shush?
Yes.
Thank you. So he followed me home, and he was really nice. And we've had like a few, As far as like evil entities following us around, though, that doesn't really happen in real life as often as you think it does. Like, it just doesn't.
I mean, I know we started out with our Woke series. If you haven't seen it, recommended. It was actually a pretty good series.
Yeah.
All things considered, it was a little bumpy. But Woke was a malevolent being that was following my aunt around.
Yeah.
And he had been following her for years. And we ended up having to get rid of him twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what they're doing.
They're just running around in the background. Demon!
Just going up with the camera. Demon!
Right. Oh my god.
It's just fucking a I can imagine it though. That's the problem.
Right? They're probably just like peeking over and like, demon! And then
outside the window. Demon!
Oh my god, though. It's so much fun. It really is fun, but it's also something that you have to take very seriously. And I just got a bunch of face lotion in my eyes, so this is great. Oh my god.
Is there anything else you want to say before we end this video?
Usually I just kind of stare at the camera. So, yeah, no, I don't really, I mean, I think we did a good job. If we didn't do a good job or if we missed something, you can definitely let us know in the comments below. Definitely like and subscribe and do all that pizzazzy stuff that YouTubers ask you to do because, you know, we're cooler than a lot of YouTubers out there.
And I'm Amber, and this has been Crossing.